All right, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We'll start this evening's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. We will start off with the land acknowledgement read by Director Perkins.
Evergreen Public Schools resides on the traditional lands of the Chinookan peoples and the Cowlitz tribe. They have lived on and cared for this land and its waterways since time immemorial. We thank them for their stewardship and make this acknowledgement to open a space of recognition, inclusion, and respect for all Indigenous students, families, and staff in our community.
Thank you. All right, our first order of business this evening is to adopt tonight's agenda.
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next on our agenda is the board consent agenda. We'll entertain a motion for approval.
I move for adoption of the board consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the next is our superintendent consent agenda. And the same thing, we'll entertain a motion for approval.
I motion that we approve the superintendent consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Victoria seconded. You got that, Lori? Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, next is the superintendent report. We're going to turn that over to Superintendent Boyd for an update.
Thank you. I'll have a quick update for you today. Getting good reports from the principals related to their professional development they've started with their teachers. We've spent a couple of days in June and a couple of days in August to work with them to prepare them, and word is that that's going really well, so I'm excited about that. Also pleased about our day and a half with the board at our retreat, focusing on our protocols, our board operating norms, and then also thinking about how the board's role in the strategic planning process. So aligning the operational expectations to our strategic plan and all the points in between. So excited to have participated with you for a day and a half, working toward our leadership to do great things for kids. So we are in the middle of bargaining at the moment. We're currently in mediation. Our district team is working hard to come to a resolution with our EEA, an agreement that's both affordable, sustainable, and that honors our teachers. So working hard on that, and we'll continue to do so. Thank you.
Great, thank you, John. All right, next on the agenda is public hearing. I would like to open the public hearing on the proposal of the 2023-2024 Evergreen School District number 114 budget. This is a second reading. It's been presented to us at our last board meeting. At this time, I'm going to call on the superintendent to give us an update on the information.
Yeah, just to remind folks, we had a budget presentation from Chief Financial Officer Jennifer Jacobson with some questions and comments from the audience at our last meeting. And today we've had our budget posted on our website for people to review and look at. And today, at this time, we have a resolution in front of you. And at this time, I recommend the board accepts the 23-24 Evergreen School District number 114 budget as presented for second reading and move it forward for approval.
Great, thanks, John. All right, at this time, we will call for comments from the audience on the budget proposal only. All right, seeing none, I'm going to then call for a motion.
I move that we adopt the proposed budget for the 2023-2024 school year as presented.
Second.
So moved and seconded. At this time, I'll open it up for the board for any comments.
I just want to thank staff and John and everybody for holding individual meetings with us so we could review things and ask our questions. And the presentation that was made at the last board meeting had some additional information that we had requested. So I so it would be clear to the community. And so I appreciate the work that's been done on it, because I know this was a difficult one for everybody. So thank you for that.
Any other comments from the board?
Nope.
All right, then at this time, it's been moved and seconded. We'll go ahead and take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is a financial statement. This is informational item for the board for review. It's the July 2023 budget information, financial statement. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to board comments. At this time, we'll take any comments from the school board.
I don't have any.
Anything? Anything to add?
Again, thank you to Lori and John for assisting us with our annual board retreat in our room back there. And I felt like the work was really good, and it was very interesting to hear from everybody and collaborate together to have a good year for this coming year. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I agree. It was a really good, productive couple of days. Thank you.
I want to express appreciation for your staff for one of the grants on the consent agenda was for multilingual learners. And it is large in number and just so exciting to see resources directed at students who have that particular need. So thank you.
Thank you. I'll relay that to Veronica as well.
All right. Anything else? All right, future agenda items. Any items that we wanted to present to our working list? All right. I think we've got a pretty full calendar going into the next year. All right, at this time, we will move into public comments. First, I wanted to make an announcement. At our next board meeting on September 12th, public comment will be placed on the agenda before the consent agenda, the board consent agenda. This change will provide the best opportunity for the community to express themselves on any topic before any actions taken on an item. So at this time, any community member wishing to address the board may do so during the designated time on the agenda for public comments. Comments are to be directed to the board of directors as a whole and may not be addressed to any individual member of the board, the administrative staff, or the audience. Although the board will not engage in dialogue, the board chair may ask a speaker a clarifying question or follow up on an issue raised during public comment. Here are some general reminders. The total time for public comment shall not exceed 1 hour. Each speaker has a minimum of 3 minutes. There is no mechanism whereby a speaker can donate some or all of their time to another speaker, and no individual may speak more than once per regular meeting, even if there's time remaining. We have a sign-up sheet. Several folks have signed up this evening to give comment. When you come up to the microphone, please give us your name and district affiliation. The first is Sean Gundert. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hello. Thank you. Directors of the board, Superintendent Boyd. My name is Sean Gender. I'm a high school science and engineering teacher at Henrietta Lacks. I'm here today, and I'm a proud EEA member. I'm here today as an individual, and I'm here today standing alongside many of my fellow EEA members in the district. We have over 40 of us here. We have about 40 work sites. That's not an accident. We are here to express our concern and our dissatisfaction about how our contract bargaining has been handled, including the consult of an anti-union legal firm from Eastern Washington as directed or as supervised by ultimately the board and the superintendent of our district. Our bargaining, we put to task our bargaining team, and our bargaining team's proposal has been reasonable and centered around schools and has been informed by WEA's fiscal analysis. And we have been very discouraged to see, both from what we have heard and from what the district has chosen to publish online as far as their proposal, which includes some very serious, obviously informed by the anti-union legal counsel that they've received, some very serious attacks on our own rights and our own standing within our own profession, which would weaken our own ability to effectively teach and counsel and assist and do all of the tasks that we have to do to help our students and build our schools and make our schools strong in the ways that they are. When Superintendent Boyd was hired and brought in, appointed, whichever part of the process you want to say, I've heard Superintendent Boyd say this many times, he has expressed that we have really great staff in our district, and you are looking at a representation of the staff. The superintendent may not have seen all of us in a room together at the same time. I have. It is powerful, it is meaningful, it is impactful. And we are able to do it. We hope that we can have a fair contract and begin the school year. We have been working very hard to get our classrooms set up, and we have been working very hard to get all of us here today, and we are going to leave immediately after this and work very hard again. We're here to say that we are serious, and we are ready to get to work, and I will let you take that as you will.
Don't make us strike, we don't want to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next speaker that signed up is Camille Lohman. Camille, are you here? Is Camille online? Lohman? Yep, she is. Oh, okay. Ooh, good thing I asked. Camille, can you hear us? Should we give her maybe just a few seconds to try to reconnect? Okay, well, the next person on the list is Chuck Kepler. Chuck, are you here with us this evening? I don't believe I've seen him. Is Chuck online? There's no one else on the list.
Sweet, short and sweet.
All right, we'll give Camille maybe just another few seconds to reconnect if something happened. Nothing else? Okay, all right, then we'll go ahead and move along. I'm sure she can reach out to us if she needs to. All right, so at this time, we'll call for a recess where the board will sign documents, and then we'll reconvene in a board workshop. We'll do a child nutrition services review and a superintendent advisory council update. Thank you for this evening and attending. Oh, we'll be in the Cedar room for the board workshop. Thank you.